All right, I'm here with Liz. And Liz, over the last several days, you've had a lot of people send you in their Amazon listings, and pretty much you've been horrified by them.
Yeah, I really wouldn't use the word horrified, but I mean, I guess it sort of is. It's not, they aren't like really super awful, but they're missing some major items that are pretty easy to see, like somebody that's kind of understands all the background information with Amazon, but for the most part, it seems to me like they like a lot of people just haven't been trained properly. So they just need a little extra push in the right direction.
Great. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through and look at Amazon listings that are just on Amazon that you've never seen before, and you're going to say how to fix them.
Yeah, I'll look at them and kind of give some recommendations and how I would like to sort of approach it.
Great.
So that's what it'll be kind of interesting just to see some things that are on there. So I don't want to bring up anybody's that I've looked at, but I have given them, whoever did message me, like a bit of advice. But it's something that is very easy once you kind of get a hang of how it should be done.
And there's stuff that you're learning. I mean, you jumped on Jimmy and Cotton's webinar the other day when they were talking about the Tumblr stuff, and you loved it.
Right. I was actually already doing some Tumblr stuff, but just being able to hear what Jimmy and I think it was Jimmy Cotton and another guy. I don't recall. It was
like Derek Kowalski. Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
It might have been Joe on there too.
Yeah.
But just a couple things that they said on there, like totally gave me like aha moments. And I think a lot of people wouldn't actually realize that. But that's one of the really valuable things about OMG is like a lot of people aren't using the techniques in OMG for their Amazon stuff. And that kind of stuff right now is like killing it. So that's sort of what I like to do is kind of listen to what they're doing for SEO and then approach Amazon with like an SEO type of perspective.
Love it. Okay, let's dive into Amazon. Now, one of the neat things that we did was specifically not prepare what markets you're going to go for, so you can kind of have a fresh perspective. So starting a little bit with a blank slate, what should I search for here?
Let's just go into a big market maybe, and then go to like one of the end pages to see why maybe somebody's not ranking. But let's just take a look at the vitamin C market, because I know that's like a huge market, and a lot of people always think that's like really sexy because of the fact that people hear like, oh, hey, I'm in the vitamin C market and I sold 150 units. So
okay, great.
Actually put vitamin C serum.
Okay, let's do vitamin C serum in all departments.
Okay, so this is probably one of the most competitive departments in not just keywords on Amazon. And one of the things that immediately, like you can see, is you can immediately tell when somebody's selling this that's in ASM. And it's usually because they always have like things that aren't related to keywords, and the titles are always really long. So if we actually click into like the second one, there's the standard long title that a lot of people like to use. So that's definitely something that I don't like to have, a title that's that long. I think that's just overkill. And based off my testing, I have a lot more success when I go with shorter titles.
What might you do? What title might you recommend for this individual?
Well, one of the main things that I always like to recommend is zero in on just a handful of keywords. Don't go for multiple keywords. You know, there's all sorts of stuff that's literally stuffed in here, all sorts of keywords. Like, I don't even really know what their main keyword is other than best organic vitamin C serum.
Yeah, this is kind of keyword vomit. This is like, there's a reason that Google cut down on this kind of on-page keyword stuffing starting in like 2005 or 2006. I mean, they really started ratcheting down this stuff because it doesn't convert very well. Like, viewers get there and it looks like spam.
Right, and you know, one of the things that I've noticed is this just like a theory that I have, obviously, so it's not like, don't take it for, you just start realizing these things and watch them over yourself. Is like, I feel that in a lot of ways, Amazon kind of mimics what's happened in Google in terms of like what's happened in terms of like the search engines and their updates and all that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I see like that works real often on Amazon, and Jason talked about it briefly on his webinar yesterday, he called it the matching principle. It's something that we had discussed. But the fact that it's sort of like the crowd. I believe it's called crowd searching. Is that right? Is it crowd searching?
Yeah, crowd searching and crowdsourcing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very similar in the sense of where like the longer, it's almost like a bounce rate. The longer you can keep somebody that's actually on your listing, it's sort of like more favorable on Amazon, especially if you were the one that was responsible for bringing them into your listing.
Yep.
So I feel that when you have shorter and sweeter things to say, as opposed to like you called it keyword vomit, so most of this stuff should be in the bullets.
Right.
And that's where most people will look, is in the bullets. But really, at the end of the day, I think it's like overkill personally, and I've always gone with, and I've tested out several things, but I feel that when you have it shorter, you're starting to stand out more because of all the massive amount of ASM people that are actually selling now.
Okay, great. So one of the things that we could do is cut this down. How long do you feel like it should be? About this long?
Maybe even one more line, if that, and focus really on a couple keywords. Like just focus on a couple, then put some more in the bullets, and then on the back end, I even actually repeat my favorite keywords again, which I know they say don't do, but
okay, great.
I just like to focus on a basket of keywords, like keep it really short and sweet and focus on just a couple. And then it's kind of like an SEO. When you do SEO, one of the things that I saw that was really totally obvious yesterday when I looked at a lot of listings is a lot of people were going for these keywords that had ridiculous search amounts and merchant words. And they had like search amounts, some of them had like 1 million searches.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, if you think about it, in SEO, would Greg Morrison want to rank for, I think we talked about this before, Mike, would he want to rank for e-cigarettes?
Yeah.
Immediately right out of the gate?
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. He'd build up to it.
Exactly. So you'd start with a little bit more of a long tail keyword or a phrase, as opposed to just like a keyword, one keyword, a single keyword that has maybe 1 million searches. You'd go for something that maybe had like 40 or 50,000 searches in merchant words.
Yeah.
And kind of zone in on just that keyword and a couple of other keywords that also have like 10 or 20,000, so that the basket of keywords equals out a good amount of search volume.
Right.
As opposed to going for one big keyword.
Yeah, like if you went just straight for vitamin C serum, you can do it, but you're going to have to give away a lot of products. I mean, this guy here has got 903 customer reviews. I mean, you're going to have to give away hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of vitamin C serums.
Definitely. I would imagine you'd have to give away between 500 and 1,000 just to be able to potentially get on page 1. That would definitely get you on page 2, I'm pretty sure, but I would figure you'd have to give away 500 to 1,000.
Right. And the point is, you have the resources to do that, Liz, but using the same resources, you could have several products making you money all the way through, and it wouldn't be a gamble.
Right. And, those several products, I wouldn't have to give away several hundreds of units, So
that's what I mean, is that you'd wind up spending like 5 figures. You wind up spending 5 figures to get this thing onto page 2, right? Because you're going to be like, at the point where you're giving away 500 or 750 of a product, and then you're paying to ship it, and you're having to do all that work. You have to order the product, get it in, get it all shipped out. At that point, you've spent so much money. You could have spent that same money and effort and got several products listed on page 1 or even number 1.
Right, and that's one of the problems with most people that start off, is they don't actually realize that. So they get into like a competitive market, and then they wonder why they aren't selling anything. And then when they realize you've got to give stuff away to be able to get to a certain point, I mean, by that point, they kind of just lose hope, and they're like kicking themselves for actually picking it to begin with. But that's one of the main things that I try to teach noobs, is kind of don't even mess with these big markets yet, until you build up enough cash flow where you can jump in them. So I like to teach them to start markets where they might not even need a review, and they already sell stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so we might cut down this listing, take like this part and make it the title. This stuff here we might move down, and I'm just kind of guessing. Yeah. Move this down to the bullets. Now, is there anything in the anything else that you're seeing here that you particularly change?
I really like the bullets. The one thing that I don't like to use, again, and it's just like a matter of preference, is like these characters that they use with a tool. There's a tool that actually generates those for you. So I don't really like to use them because they might be against Amazon's terms of service. So in the future, they might be cracking down on that. So you sort of have to be careful if you've already gotten a warning. So I like to just avoid that and not even bother them. It's sort of similar to what happened with a lot of titles have already actually been cut. And so Amazon's already showing us, hey, you know what? We don't like long titles. So I take that as a
warning.
Yeah, a warning for starters, but it's obviously they don't want like these long titles. So with the bullets, I try to just what I do like about these bullets are the caps. I like that to put your most important information in caps, and then everything else other than that. But I don't like the characters only because it might be against terms of service. Another thing that got recently hit was the HTML. HTML got hit in listings in the product description, which if you scroll down, we'll take a look at what that looks like. So product description, yeah, it's fine. Everything else looks pretty good, and it's selling really well. So they've done a really good job. But again, I just don't like that really long title. It's never been my style. I sort of like to do the opposite of what ASM does. And Jason Fladley actually spoke about that briefly one time. So he likes to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing.
Great, great. Okay, let's. So overall, but the nice thing is you could click in on this vitamin C serum thing and actually learn a lot of good things about it. Now, you like to start with just a couple of images and not with like a full line of things.
Right. Actually, I don't mind their images at all. I think they did a really good job. So they show that they have a box, which means like it looks like it's super quality. They showed just the back and the front and then 3 bottles. But if we start going into some other vitamin C listings, we'll see some that are just really, especially when we go on the like the end pages, like page 6 on, we'll start to see some really weird stuff.
Should we go to page 6?
Yeah, let's just go to page 6 and see what's going on there.
Page 3.
And you know, the other thing is a lot of people have used these trust seals that Jason recommended. Jason used to recommend trust seals a lot, and a lot of markets got hit hard with trust seals. So if you've already been hit hard with like a warning, I wouldn't really gamble with my account at all.
Okay, great. So should we click on this one here?
That one looks like I would actually click on the one below it. Let's take a look at that one. It's currently unavailable, so that's interesting. It might have just gone out of stock just now. So this one, again, as you can see, really just, I don't understand what these like are they semicolons? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's two semicolons pressed together.
Plus, here's the interesting thing. They don't realize the 2 semicolons there next to contains, those are actually, it's going to be indexed for that. That word is going to be semicolon, semicolon contains, as opposed to contains. So semicolon, semicolon best, it's just all over the place. So this one's really poorly done. And I see a lot of bad things about this one. And take a look at some of the pictures. I mean, that's a really bad label. How does that stand out?
Yeah, it's just plain black and white.
It's just really bad. If we go on to pick the pictures of the woman, also it's got like a picture with mint. I don't know what that means. And I mean, these are just really bad infographics. They're like almost forced. I can't even, unless you zoom in on them, I can't even really read them. And if we think about it, whose vitamin C serum is typically a little bit middle-aged demographic type.
Right.
And a lot of times you can't read that well. And I can't even read it. I'm not really even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't read it.
I can't read it either. So there's a lot of things that are bad with this particular listing. Also, their bullets, like they do kind of like highlight some of the important things, but I think more things should be like actually in caps. And I mean, I don't even think the bullets are really that good. Sometimes they're just a sentence.
How do you like to write bullets?
I like to write them, the main points, like the main benefits in caps. So I like to focus on the main benefits, but you know, I've seen some bullets like benefits, like let's say it was for, I don't really want to out anybody's product, but so for example, this one, the one that says the use of vitamin C serum in your daily skincare regime, and particularly when combined with, I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
So I would focus on somewhere in the fact that it
like maybe like clear skin or, okay, great, go ahead.
Or reduces the appearance of unwanted pigment on the skin. That would be the title of that particular bullet.
Right.
And then go on with kind of like the rest of the BS they put there. But maybe that highlighted in caps. Let's see. So this next one improves your self-esteem and confidence. I mean, I feel that's fine, but I would rather focus on the fact that it leaves your skin radiant and more youthful. And then go into the fact about the neutralizing of free radicals, or the fact that it helps brighten skin and as signs of aging vanish. So they've kind of got a lot of things backwards on it. You always want to focus on making your most important points. I like to put them in caps, and I'm sure I like to do that now, but maybe in the future I might change it up just based on what I'm seeing in the market.
Right. All right, so a lot of what we're getting here is that by the time this guy's making his arguments, it's the end of the sentence, and that's where it should be more to the beginning.
Right. And the second thing is obviously the semicolons as well. Those are definitely like not sexy at all.
Okay, great.
Yeah, they don't quite, I mean, they're just really poorly done. The other thing that I hate to do is up at the top, they have the actual fact that they have a sale going on. I don't like to put that, that's against Amazon's terms of service. And again, for me, I used to actually do a lot of this, kind of like these gray hat kind of things like this. And if you get dinged once because a competitor reports you, you don't want to actually screw up again because they might actually say, you know what, we're not going to mess with you. So I don't like to do the one-day sale thing. If I'm going to do the sale thing, and it's going to be in a bullet if I ever do it, but I'm never going to put it in a title.
Right.
And then lastly, again, the pictures, which are the most important thing. Their label is really bad. Like, I mean, I can't even use Photoshop, but I can do that on my computer in like 10 minutes.
Right. And the mint also, what the hell?
Yeah. I don't understand what mint has anything to do with vitamin C serum or a daisy or carnation or whatever that is.
Right. Okay, great.
Let's take a look at the product description now and see what they have there. Okay, so they have no product description. So product description to me, it doesn't really matter, but let me tell you why I like to have it there. The primary reason why I like to have a product description is so that I block the product ads from external websites or the people who looked at this also looked at or people also bought. So I like to block that and put that as low down, as far down as I can get it on somebody's actual screen.
Right. So having an extensive product description that was like 10 times as long as this would push this stuff all down the screen.
Right. So somebody might not actually scroll down, because a lot of times what can happen is when you have a really lousy product description and they scroll down, they might find one of your competitors' ads and click on that instead.
Yeah.
So by doing that, you at least block that space, and you want to take up as much space as possible as you can on your listing.
Got it. There's also simply the understanding, the more common adage, it's true. The more you tell, the more you sell.
Right.
All right, great. All right, let's bounce back out. Should we click on another one of these rankings or move on to a different category?
We can always we can do another one and see if we see anything else. Like a lot of these guys are really, let's see this one, that C20 with the 3 bottles. So right away, okay, it is a 3-pack. So I was going to say, if they put that, like you would never want to put, this used to be real popular a couple years back where people would put 3 of their product and it would confuse people. So you always want to be clear about that, and you never want to put a picture of 3 of your product if you're just offering 1. So
great. All right, so we've got the same kind of stuff. It's still not bolded, and
yeah, probably another. Their keyword is vitamin C serum, but if you notice, like it's not until like the second line, which it should really be up at the first line. You should have your main keywords up as close to the top as possible, and they don't have that.
Right. Yeah. New Foundation C23 pack is pretty much nonsense.
Yeah, that's why they're and you know they're still not bad. They're like on page 6 or 7, I think you're on.
Yeah.
So if they just even fix that, I would imagine that they'd move up just a little bit more. And I don't know what their overall ranking is, but I mean they seem to have a pretty decent product if they have 99 customer reviews.
What about the labeling?
You know, I'm not a fan of the labeling. I really think that one of the things that people should really pay close attention to and pay money for is the label. I think the label can make or break your product. And I think you really need to think about what your demographic is when you're creating a label. And like I said, really zone in on your demographic and the way you're going to position your product.
Right. Before we leave vitamin C, maybe you can point to a couple labels that you think look nice.
Okay.
All right, great. So the bullets, I think that they were running into some of the same things that you said before. Just really not much benefit in them.
Right. I think they have some pretty decent like points. Daily application improves texture and fine lines. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I would probably put daily application improves fine lines and wrinkles instead, because texture, like, I guess it's just like a little bit more smooth, but I kind of like, I'm putting myself in the head of a 40-some-year-old woman that starting to get some wrinkles, and I think that's her #1 priority. She's worried about the wrinkles first and foremost.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going back to what you said in an earlier like webinar we did. Like, we got to put ourselves in Betty Sue's shoes.
Yeah.
And if she's just gone through divorce and she's trying to look sexy for the opposite sex, what's the #1 thing that's going to concern her? Is it texture or is it wrinkles?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and she's going to want, like, the bottom line is she's going to want to look younger.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and that's at the end of the day, fresh face, younger. See, here's some benefit words. Fresh face, younger, glowing. You know, again, fresh is just a great word.
So is younger, yeah. So those would be like something that they would definitely want to stick in here, but they're not, so.
Let's see, pricing. Let's see. All right, so here, got important information. Product description, once again, is just kind of left out here.
Yeah, and I like the way they do have the important information, because ingredients, when you sell these kinds of products, you definitely want to have the ingredients in there, because if not, you'll get hammered with, not necessarily, you're just going to get a lot of questions from people who were possibly interested in buying in terms of the ingredients, because a lot of people are allergic to certain things. So in order to avoid those questions, you just want to have those ingredients on there. And I like the way they do have the directions, so that's pretty good. Because, again, it's taking up space.
Great.
And, you know, this is actually selling not too bad. It's at 10,000 in beauty. So if they fix those things, I'm pretty sure they could really increase. And again, it comes down to positioning and getting into your customer's head. Like, what does she want?
It's crazy how little can be done. I mean, you see here, they have such, like, they're so close to something that could just be making them so much money. They have one picture here, a bad label, you know, change up the title just a little bit, change up the bullets just a little bit, and their earnings could rocket.
Right. So it's not a bad, from the looks of it, it's not a bad product, but it just needs a couple changes to make it, to push it like over the edge. Probably even double their earnings, maybe even triple.
It's crazy. Are there some images here? Let me bounce back to page 1, and let's see if there's some images that you particularly like.
Go and click into Oz Naturals, because I know they've been a pretty good powerhouse in there. They just get so many reviews. So let's take a look at. They've still been successful with the long title, as you can see. But I mean, they've ranked #1 for this thing for the longest time. So
well, and then and they also have 2,800 reviews.
Right. And I really like their bullets. They focus on the fact that it was in Allure magazine. I mean, that's pretty huge.
Yep.
But if we look at their images, there's one image in particular that I really like a lot, and that is the 4th one. Because this is kind of like something that a lot of, if you just click on that one and make it bigger, it sort of like shows how they can use their other products in conjunction with this one.
Mm-hmm.
So almost saying like, look, if you buy this, you're going to have to buy steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, there's a whole product funnel here.
Right. And then they've got like these coupon codes inside. So this is an example of something that's like, it's really smart. So if you have multiple products in any particular, like in the same niche, you definitely want to do something like this and then put like coupon codes. That's like pretty.
Yeah, pretty sexy, really, right? Yeah, more is more. Yeah, this is a more is more situation for sure. Great. Yeah, I made a lot of money off of that. You know, the Pokemon Magic Market, I would just sell all my cards. I mean, you know, sell one, right. Sell them all. You know,
right. And the one interesting thing about Oz Naturals is like a lot of people might look at it and say like, well, geez, there's no way we could do all that. When they first actually started, they didn't even have a box. They would actually send it out in
like bubble wrap.
Just bubble wrap in a bottle. And the reason I know is because one of the things that I've done my whole Amazon career is I like to buy other people's products and examine what they're doing. So I like to buy the top sellers. It's almost like an exercise that is so worth it because you get to see what people that are the top in every niche are actually doing. So I buy people that are at the top of every niche all the time just to examine their funnels and examine what they're doing. And I feel it gives like me such an advantage.
You love shopping.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is I don't even actually use the product.
Yeah.
I just like to see their funnel.
Yeah. Great. And you actually in real life love shopping.
Yeah, I do. So that's part of what gives me the creative sourcing edge is I like to look at products.
Yeah. And when I say shopping, you don't necessarily come back with bags of stuff. You love like the reconnaissance part of shopping.
Right. Yeah. It's another way that you can actually source, and people don't actually realize this, but you can actually. It's almost like reverse sourcing. Like you go out there and you find stuff that's out for sale in the real world, as opposed to online, and then you see that if it's available online. And a lot of times you'll find winners. You
taught your mom your sourcing method. She found a product that you could buy for 25 cents locally and sell all day for $10.99 at such a pace that you're making $10,000 a month with it.
Right. Yeah. So if she, like I said, my mom is 56 and she's out there sourcing in the real world. She doesn't really come online and look a lot and source on Alibaba. You know, every now and then she will just to kind of, sometimes she sees something and she wants to know if it's available on Alibaba. So she sees something out in the real world. She loves to go to stores and look, and then she'll get curious and look in Alibaba and then kind of show it to me and say, what do you think, you know?
Killer.
So she loves to do that.
Killer. All right, great. Some nice things here. Clinical strength, vitamin C serum, cruelty-free, made in the USA, all caps, look sharp.
Right. Let's see what they do for product description. I haven't even actually looked. There's a couple other things that I love about this listing. Those, for sure, the coupons, which, again, they repeat down here. You can easily add those.
Very nice.
And if you scroll back up, there was one other thing that I noticed. The fact that they have a parent-child.
Okay, let's talk about that.
So that is, like, super smart. Anytime you can add multiple products to a listing, you have the opportunity to sort of sell other products that don't rank so high. So let me kind of give you an example. Let's say you're selling, let's just use vitamin C serum in this instance. So Oz Natural started out with 1 fluid ounce at 20-something, right? So now that they've grown larger, what they do is they leverage the power of their 1 fluid ounce into, they have the 2 bottles for $82.50 and then the 2 fluid ounces for $58.10. So if you notice, also the pricing, it all is pointing to buy this 1 ounce, right? You sort of see that? Like, it doesn't make sense to really buy the other ones.
Yep.
So, but, you know, they could have also done it where they could have pushed sales to any of the other ones.
Right.
So I like the fact that they do the parent-child because that enables you to put other keywords in those actual listings. And if you have, as long as you can get that one product up high in the rankings, then you can add other children on there. And those don't have to be such hot sellers, but because the parent is a hot, or the main product is a hot seller, the main child is a hot seller, you'll just naturally sell other products because that one is hot. So hopefully it made sense there.
So yeah, now how does somebody watching this add the parent-child relationship to what they're selling?
There's actually 2 ways to do it. The first way is to call up Seller Central and have them do it. And I know a lot of people, it sounds kind of scary and they're like, oh, I don't want to lose all my reviews and this, that, and that. But you won't. You can call up somebody in Seller Central and have them do it for you. Or you can actually do it through a flat file, which is the way I do it. So a flat file, it's a little bit more of an advanced way to load up listings, but it can be done quite easily. I do it all the time to existing products, and I add the parent-child relationship on there, and I add children on there via flat file.
Okay, so maybe we can get a video with you on how to do that. But in the meantime, they can call Seller Central. Now, now in this particular case, they're really using this parent-child relationship completely as a tactic to sell more of the 1 fluid ounce because mathematically speaking, it would be terrible. You know, you're paying what they're trying to do is make it seem like this is a bargain or some sort of a sale implicitly.
Right. That's a definite technique that you can use. And as I just mentioned earlier as well, you can also do that to push another product that you have. Like, let's say they wanted, in this instance, to sell 2 bottles. They could do some ridiculous pricing on the one to get people to buy 2.
Right.
And also as well as the 2 ounces.
Yeah. Or yeah, exactly. Just it could be just a reasonable discount. So let's say we wanted to stick to the $22.49. One thing that we could certainly try is to say 2 bottles for, $39. So it's a little bit of a discount. Maybe we sell more that way.
Right. And one of the interesting things about this is I think this is like a classic internet marketing technique. So a lot of times you'll start to see people use them in clever ways. So if you look at what's going on in internet marketing, or like SEO, how I always talk about, I see things in OMG and then I use them in Amazon. This is the exact same technique being used in a listing. So I think it's pretty ingenious.
Okay, great. I personally, for building my brand, wouldn't do this. Well, I'll just come out and say it because there's I would want people to have kind of a reason why I would want to say in my bullets, we're having a special deal on 1 ounce. I'd want to have some reason why to kind of explain why 1 fluid ounce is less. And this is just for me personally. We're very careful inside of OMG to not implicitly look either like idiots or like we're screwing our customers over. In this case, I do find myself left wondering why it would be so much less than the 2 bottles. But that's just me personally. I do understand the whole idea though of doing the sale. I feel like the justification is left out right here.
When I first saw it, I actually thought it was like a good deal because I was like, okay, look, they've got other products. I didn't really look at the amount.
Yeah.
And then I saw the amount and I was like, okay, that's kind of strange. But since this one's already a hot seller, I'm wondering if maybe they just, I'm not actually sure. I would have to monitor the listing and see if they actually ever have the 2 bottles at a lower price.
Well, it's just so you know, it's pretty clear to me what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do, they're hell-bent on acquiring this customer on the front end because it's all about the back end to them. They're trying to get the one person in so they can get people to these other steps. Okay, yeah. I see what you're saying now. So it's just kind of bent on that. But anyways, regardless, they're doing something and they are leveraging the parent-child relationship.
Yeah, I love the parent-child relationship. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, good to see them working that out. All right, so for special offers and promotions, this is terrific.
Right, because it wants you, naturally, just from a shopping perspective, you want to save money. So you want to buy, $5 off your entire purchase. So basically, any 3 ounce naturals products, Oz Naturals. Okay, so they want you to, it gives you the actual illusion that you're getting such a steal. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's getting deeper into their funnel. I mean, this is just great. I mean, I got to tell you, this is really great. Right, so that's definitely something that I like about that. If we scroll down, we'll look at what their product description is. And again, these guys haven't really had to change much in their product. As you can see, they have the indications, the ingredients, and the directional important information because they're trying to utilize as much space as possible. And then here's the description, which is just fine. And this is a tactic I really like, is we apologize if we're sold out because of the extremely high demand of our vitamin C serum. We tend to run out of inventory fast. So it's kind of an old tactic, an old trick that a lot of people use. But it's mainly telling them, hey, look, at any time we could run out, so you better get this stuff fast. Nice. And as a result, they're 3 in beauty. They usually are always in the top 10. Nice. More on product details here. Really good clarity. Yeah, that's all pretty much generated by Amazon, but the product description and the indications up there at the top are not. The important information, you have to put that in yourself. Okay. So yeah, overall, really a nice listing. Okay. And it looks like they have a ton of questions and answers. Yeah, 274 answered questions. So those are really important because from a perspective of as just being the manufacturer of the product, you can actually, when you go in there and answer questions, you can basically, that's where you can put your keywords because Amazon will, what is it called, recache? It's like an SEO thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time it's changed, they'll
Yeah.
recache the whole. So yeah, it's a really good technique, and there looks like somebody, if it's not them, are actively answering these questions.
Great. Great, really great. You get your keywords in there nice and naturally. Also, just customers like to see questions getting answered. It looks great. You're active. You care. Great. Great review. Let's talk about the, what do you think of the pictures of the actual bottle itself?
I think they're pretty good. I mean, I really like them. Pretty basic, but you could tell versus the one that we saw before, this is done by a professional. And it's hard to tell whether or not it was a 3D render versus an actual photo because it's just really well done. I believe the box is a 3D render, so I'm almost guessing that this is a 3D render as well. The box certainly is.
Yeah, the box is definitely a 3D render. You can tell based on the kind of BSC shadowing here, and this has it too.
Okay, so yeah, so they're both 3D renders, but I think they're really well done.
Right. Where do you get where do you get a good 3D render done?
You can actually get a good one done on Fiverr, to be quite honest. It won't really run you that much. You're looking at a set of 3D rendered photos, maybe about 4 or 5, about $40 to $50.
Yeah.
So it's a really good deal. It goes a long way. And a lot of people won't even bother doing it because they're too afraid of how much it could potentially cost. But you can do it on Fiverr.
Great. Okay, and obviously, it's always on Fiverr. We're looking at reviews and so forth. All right, let's go to a different category.
Okay, I'm not sure. You can just pick whatever category.
All right, let's just go to shop by department.
Let's try a category that I'm not familiar with. We can go to either pets or sports and outdoors.
You want to do sports and outdoors?
Okay. Yeah, sports and outdoors is fine.
All right, hunting and fishing. So
let's try
exercise, fitness.
Yeah, let's try the fitness, I guess.
Okay, and then let's pick something in here. There's jump ropes.
Yeah, we can do ropes. Let's see ropes.
All right.
So we just pick out any random one.
So this is interesting. Like probably just a little bit too short on the product title.
Yeah, very short. Like Vallejo ropes. It's sold a lot, but it's probably more or less because of their brand name. But I mean, they should at least put jump rope in there. I mean,
yeah.
It's just brand recognition is the only reason why they're selling a ton. But you know, notice they utilize the parent-child like really well. So, and here's something funny. I don't even think they spell. What is that word supposed to be? I don't think it's supposed to be. Bead. Go next to beaded. Or maybe what is that supposed to mean?
Well, this is the color.
Is that a word?
Color beaded.
WHIGHT.
Where's that?
Go to the next one over. Right there.
Oh wow, it's just misspelled.
Is it misspelled? I'm like, is that a word that I missed? And they misspelled the one right next to it too.
Oh, maybe it's like supposed to be like weight, like they add a weight to it, like that.
Yeah, but that's like, I mean, that's really bad. Whoever did that.
Yeah.
They're still ranking 1, but I mean, it's more or less because of their name.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty popular jump rope. So yeah, they can't even. The product description was pretty bad. So I'm pretty surprised it ranks that well. But more than likely, it's because it has 1,700 reviews, and they've been in the business for quite a while.
Yeah, no description at all. All right. See if we can find a competitor to them. Somebody who needs to move up in the world. We
got that one right there, the trust seal one. Maybe the fourth one, that one, yeah. Okay, so again, a really long title with those little weird.
Yeah.
And here's kind of like, this is like really, I don't know, I guess it's, they're putting that they donate $1 of every sale to prostate and breast cancer, which, I mean, I'm not really sure if I like that or not. I guess it just depends. One things that I do like about this is they put like a major keyword in here, and I've seen it they positioned it slightly well, not altogether well, but they targeted at boxing and CrossFit, right? Which is the main thing that sticks out to me because it's really hot. It's like a trending market right now.
Yeah, why not put that? I mean, why not? Yeah, cut this down and get this in there.
Yeah,
there's also
just
like
focus on that.
Also, like MMA would be great, like
so,
mixed martial arts. Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really know if I like at the beginning. Number one, from every purchase is donated to prostate and breast cancer. I feel like that's almost a little bit kind of like, I don't know. I can't think of another word other than say like it's kind of like douchey. That's kind of use that. That's just used to like almost profit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know. Like, yeah, you're just going to kind of off-put people. No, we've still got the parent-child relationship here.
Definitely.
Black leather
if anything,
cable.
I would put the dollar donated maybe in the bullets, so it's not like front and center. But that's almost like a really like. I don't really like that technique in the title.
Well, and if you're going to do it, just do it, and just don't talk about it. I don't know. Like it's just there's definitely going to be plenty of people who are going to be put off by it. I personally don't like it myself.
Right.
And it's not the charity that bothers me, but if you're going to do charity, then do it. If you're doing charity for profit, the implication is you're doing charity for profit, which is, again, it's just kind of a bizarre thing.
Right. So let's see the bullets are all pretty good, actually. I like the bullets. There's a couple things that I don't like about the bullets. So the two bullets that I really don't like is it's a top-rated fitness tool and custom foam grips. Because I feel like those are still just stating like features. So custom foam grips, what good does a custom foam grip do versus a regular grip?
Right.
But obviously this listing is still doing really well.
Well, it says this handles are very comfortable. So maybe something like comfort grip handles would be much better.
Right. And same thing with the top-rated fitness tool. I don't understand, like, I mean, are they talking about their jump rope specifically? Or
and by the way, here's MMA, but then they didn't put it in their title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we scroll up, we can look at their pictures.
Also, let me just say this: guaranteed investment. Like, we're getting like a little bit pretentious here. I mean, it's a $20 jump rope. I mean, it's just a little weird calling it an
investment, right?
A little bit much.
So the description looks pretty good. So yeah, I think they've done pretty good. But there's a couple things like at the top that I really don't like. I would like to see what else they're selling just out of curiosity. But let's see, they've got some Trust Seal again. That 3D render looks pretty bad on the jump rope box that you were just at. I don't think it's like the best job.
Yeah, and the black background's just pretty weird.
Yeah. So, okay, this is a classic technique that Jason Fladlien talks all about, which is a comparison chart. So it's comparing it to the competitors. So this is, again, something that Jason Fladlien really loves to do. But again, there's that working for a great cause, like donating and all that. That's kind of just cheesy.
Yeah.
And I don't think I like their last two pictures where it shows like some people that are like made like in shadows, like jumping rope. Yeah, so altogether, like, this is just a pretty good example of, it's a pretty decent listing, other than a lot of minor things that they're doing, and it's selling really well.
Right.
Still a lot of things that could be improved upon. You know what, if you can click back in there, Mike, let's see what else they're selling, just out of curiosity. So just click on King Athletic, scroll back up. Click on the Buy King Athletic. Oh, there you go. That's it, just a jump rope.
That's leaving a lot on the table. Boy, you got something that's selling so well.
Right. So they managed to get pretty high up for jump rope, which I think is a pretty competitive one.
But you could be selling CrossFit gear here. You could be selling MMA gear here. You could be selling boxing gear here.
Right. So it makes me wonder, like, why they haven't expanded yet.
Interesting. All right, do you want to go to page 6? See what we got?
Yeah, let's see what we got on page 6. Now we can probably even stop on page 4 and see what we see there.
Okay.
Oh, that one up to the top. The middle one, that one's good too. Either one of those looks good.
Okay.
Okay, again, it's got those little weird
double
characters
pipes.
in the middle.
Yeah, it's got double pipes, yeah. Speed rope, that's good.
Yeah, I like their first line up until the first pipes. And what I would probably do is use that first line, take out everything up until perfect for CrossFit, and then end it with exercise and fitness. So I would take all that out, move up the perfect for CrossFit, WODs, MMA, boxing, cardio, and then take out the free, improve your DUs, because I don't even know, what is a DU?
No idea.
I mean, you work out a lot.
No, I've never heard of it.
Double unders is what it is. So I don't understand what that is. And maybe it works good with their actual particular, the way they positioned it for their niche, but, and just looking, so the title, that's how I would improve the title. Looking at their bullets, like, again, their first bullet, want to improve your double unders and burn some fat. Like,
yeah, these guys are like going all in on double unders.
yeah, so I don't really find their bullets that attractive. About the only ones that I like are the 5-year warranty, which I think it should be
Caps. Yeah.
caps, and then the free access to Terry's Fit Club membership, because that sounds like pretty valuable. Like,
yeah, I love that.
Sure.
Yeah, I love that. Like whenever you can improve, I improve my e-commerce stuff with information, and it's a very powerful technique. I mean, David Mills and I sold a lot of money worth of Magic the Gathering training. We'd give out just digital download or digital access information products along with them, even free trials. Made a lot of money that way. Right.
So yeah, I love that. I think that's a huge benefit, but I think it should be like highlighted more, and maybe even up at the top. Like, I don't care about the double unders.
Yeah.
That should be all together, like that's a great bullet. And then in there, it already talks about double unders. So if you're already reading that, you can notice that you'll get your free how to improve double unders. So
yeah.
In terms of pictures, I think the main picture looks pretty cool. It shows you get a nice little bag.
Yeah.
It's a pretty well done picture. I like it a
cool.
lot.
Actually, really cool looking. It makes me kind of want to buy this thing. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So let's see the rest of them. So this is another technique that Jason Fladley talks about, and that's like almost giving like a letter to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it's pretty like decent, but I just don't like the way they presented it. Like, it looks like it's some pirate math.
Yeah.
Looks like I'm gonna look for some treasure. So
yeah, clarity really matters. Like giving people cuteness. Never sacrifice clarity for cuteness.
Right, and I could understand if maybe they were selling, some kind of like treasure hunt or something like that. Then this
or children gold coin stuff.
Right.
No, this is great.
Yeah, this is really cool because it shows that you get these instructional videos.
Yes, it's great.
Coupons and some ebooks, so that's pretty cool.
I'll tell you one thing though. Why is there no jump roping?
That's true. That's a good point.
Back squat, double unders. So, I mean, at least have one thing that relates, like that ties everything together.
Right, definitely. So that kind of shows the flexibility of the rope, is what I'm assuming. So I guess that's okay. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So here, I guess they just wanted to show the size of the rope next to a credit card.
Yeah, it's fun.
I guess they're demonstrating the weight, so I don't think that's all necessary.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
They could actually put that in the bullets, and this one's pretty good because it does show what's going on with like the whole like build of the rope and all that, what it's made out of. So I think like the credit card one and the weight one, I would just use that as a bullet.
Okay. So it could have been the guarantee could just be kind of written in like
a white sheet of paper. Yeah, none of these seals. Like the seals should be more like modern seals as opposed to it looks like
wax seals.
Somebody from Game of Thrones just stamped this and sent it.
Okay, great. Great. All right. Let's see. No parent-child relationship.
What's interesting is they actually have that. I've never seen that little scroll down thing. If you click on there, that might be. So I think they do have a parent-child, and you can select a different one like that. Cool. So it's kind of like, like I said, I'm not familiar with sports and outdoors, so I'm guessing that's their version of a parent-child.
Right.
It doesn't show you the picture, but we saw that the other version somehow, so that's kind of interesting. I've never seen that. So pretty good product description, takes up some space, and also like important information. They got the seller warranty in there for 5 years, which I think is really cool.
And then we got the important information, of course. All right, great. Let's see if they have any other products.
So yeah, pretty good. They've got a couple other products, and they look for the most part. It looks like their products are really well, like pretty good quality.
Yeah.
So I don't know who this guy Terry is, but I think his bonus does a really good job. He could probably capitalize on actually advertising that a little bit heavier.
You still got the pirate guarantee.
Yeah, it's pirate. This is a better infographic. The one that was up above, as opposed to the pirate one, even though the pirate one's mainly for like, you got our company's going to back what we've created and all that good stuff, but it's just, like I said, it looks like it's a pirate guarantee. I can just see Terry and Lego stamping something.
Yeah, what's a pirate's word worth? Nothing. Okay. All right, this is nice. Again, good clarity with what the product is. Like, you kind of get the feel that the details really matter to this individual. Let's put this
right, and I sort of like his bullets a lot better than the other one that we saw that was selling like 600. The bullets on the last one. This one needs some more work, but his pictures are a lot better than the other guy that was actually a lot higher.
Yeah.
And on this one, his actual, that Terry one, it's just, I think wrist wraps are the only keyword that he's actually going for. Yeah. Wrist wraps and CrossFit weightlifting wraps. And again, there's that slash. I would take that slash out of there.
Okay. Bullets.
Yeah, so his bullets definitely need some more. What is his ranking on this particular product?
Let's have a look.
So yeah, it's a really good seller. It sells pretty darn good. So if he actually improved just those few little things, I mean, he would really sell it really well. It looks like a really well put together product.
Man, this is just crazy though. Like how, I mean, I imagine if Terry Fitt was like looking at this right now, he'd be pretty frustrated. I guess he wish he knew this stuff.
Yeah, but he's doing a pretty good job not even knowing it. So like, imagine if he knew it.
No, it's crazy. Well, but yeah. That's the whole thing is that it's so often in marketing, this is really a case, 90% gets you like, 50% of the results. Whereas if you go to 100%, you get 100% of the results. That last little bit really gets you there.
So yeah, I really liked some of the products that he had there. Let's take a look at that jump rope for $29.99. So weighted jump rope. In terms of the actual picture, I think I like the picture a lot. The shows the little weights. Pretty high quality. It actually looks like it's 3D rendered. And there's a possibility it's not, but again, I can't, on some of them they're done so well that I can't even really tell the difference. So I'm guessing that's the handle. The handle comes off. I think that's just overdoing it. Like, I don't think we need pictures of weights again. That potentially could be overdone too.
This is kind of the same thing again and again.
Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty good. I know that they usually don't allow this, but you know, it shows that they get an instruction manual, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and it's not an actual ebook. And I like this packaging. It's pretty nice. It makes it look like you're getting something that's pretty valuable, you know?
Definitely a 3D render.
Yeah. So I think they overuse some pictures, but overall it looks pretty cool. Maybe an action shot or something. If it is an action shot would work out well here. So somebody in action using it. And the title, so they're going for weighted jump rope, which is pretty cool. I haven't looked up the stats on that, but I would imagine that'd be a pretty good word to go after. So that's kind of one of the things that we talked about earlier is the fact when you go after, that would be like an SEO keyword that we might go after, like best weighted jump rope.
Yep.
As opposed to, so a lot of people might go for jump rope that are like new.
Right.
So that's definitely something that I do like on there. Adjustable and removable. Weights per handle, I like that too. And yeah, I'm not opposed to this whole title. I think the title's pretty decent. They're not really overusing anything. So weighted jump rope, let me just have a look and see what the search volume is. About 30,000 searches according to Merchant Words. So that's a pretty good little keyword to go after. So based off of everything I've seen, I do like the bullets. I wouldn't be surprised if this was selling pretty decent. 21,000, it's not selling the greatest, but I would actually have to take a look at the reviews and see what the gripes are about.
Let's have a look. Make questions. Wow, a lot of bad reviews.
Yeah, so I'm kind of interested to see what exactly is wrong with the product.
Do not buy cord tangles heavily after use. End of handle broke trying to untangle it by Bob Thompson. This jump rope is pretty worthless and made to break fast. First of all, the cable tangles heavily after use. Ugh. Wow, that's rough.
Lighter rope than expected, so that's interesting. Broke the first time. So everybody's saying that's really poor quality.
Yeah, this guy's getting massacred on quality. Just massacred.
Yeah, and this is where it comes, it's real important to have a good quality control.
Worked less than 2 minutes. And these are recent. This is December 26th.
Right, and I'd be guessing that that's part of the reason why he's not selling so well is because of all the 1 stars.
Right, so what we have here is a good marketing job and a crappy product.
Yeah.
I mean, because this guy's just getting massacred in his reviews.
Right, and you know, you can also put systems in place so that a lot of times the reviews, the people won't actually go direct to Amazon.
Yeah, they'll talk to you first. You'd be like,
right.
Man, I'll fix this. Jeez.
Right.
But this is really awful. He's got, yeah.
Like half of his reviews almost, like almost, maybe we'll say a third of his reviews are like poor.
Yeah.
So are under 3 stars, 3 stars and under.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mind the marketing job that he did, but I think that really this is a reason like that his follow-up wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Versus, take a look at this one versus like when we looked at Terry Fit, all of his reviews were almost like 5-star. Yeah, I mean, Terry Fit is doing a pretty darn good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with the pirate guarantee.
Yeah, the pirate guarantee did the job for him. Yeah. Yeah, like a much higher ratio here. 4 and 5 stars is 106.
Right.
3 stars less is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see what his 1-star reviews say, out of just curiosity.
The cable is too heavy. Impossible to do double turns. So that 1-star one just says good, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's not exactly a beat down.
So I guess double unders is like a CrossFit term.
Yeah. Then, yeah, a little weird that he doesn't have more of a focus on CrossFit then.
Yeah, probably, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody just targets CrossFit jump rope. And I'm taking a look at that right now. Yeah, CrossFit jump rope has 361,000 searches.
Wow.
And so this is kind of like one of the important things that I talk about in sourcing. It's like looking for trends. Because when you see a trend like this, you can capitalize on it if you're one of the first people that actually jump in there. And you can use that leverage to build like a really big brand. So this company even went a step further than that and called themselves the WOD Fitters, which I think is workout of the day, right?
Yeah. They're hitting a lot of things that you asked for.
Yes, it looks like they've got some pretty good pictures. I'm still not totally in love with the title, but you know, at least they do have those little asterisks in there, which I don't like at all either.
Yeah.
But their pictures look pretty good.
Yeah.
They also have this set up for parent-child, even though they don't have one loaded yet. They're kind of like planning. Looks like they're almost like planning for the future. And the reason the way that you can tell real easily is notice the size is adjustable.
Yeah.
And they have several products. They really have capitalized on it. So they did exactly what it says. That you watch for a niche that could potentially, looks like they just launched those actual 3, 6, 7 products recently launched, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of these have a decent number of reviews. The pull-up bands. But yeah, they're covering CrossFit pretty good here. Right.
So I like a lot of things that they've done. And again, like I said, their title's not what I would ideally do, but it just goes to show that if you have the other things in place, it doesn't really, either way works. I just feel like you rank a lot faster when you do it. A lot more simple and less diluted. And I would like to see caps on some of these, although they look pretty good. The first sentence is usually on the first bullet. The second bullet, I definitely would like to see an improvement. I don't really like bullet 1, bullet 3, and that's really about it. Everything else looks pretty good. So I can definitely see that this one is selling a lot.
Let's have a look at this. Don't like those stars, but...
Right, they got coupons. That looks really good. Then they've got really nice 60-day money-back guarantee in there. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I actually know this person.
Yeah.
Just based off the stuff that I see on there.
Yeah.
And really good ranking, so they're selling quite a bit of them.
Yeah, let's have a look at the reviews. Again, the reviews are just so so different than that other one we saw. Not many Q&A, by the way, but lots and lots of 4- and 5-star reviews. Comparatively less 1-star reviews. Let's see what the 1-star reviews look like.
So wow, but this just goes to show if the guy initially purchased something from him, this is his second purchase.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? He really liked the first one, so maybe they switched suppliers or something like that.
Yeah.
But their ratio is like really good.
Plastic coating around the rope is bubbled. Gosh, it's so, just really, boy, I tell you what, if you talk to people, a lot of times you can eliminate this stuff. I just know a lot from getting bad reviews on eBay. So often you can just eliminate this stuff. Stuff like this is really hard to beat. Like, this guy's probably going to give you a negative review no matter what. But this guy, I just find it hard to believe that this couldn't have been saved.
Yeah, so looks like maybe they even just got a bad batch, which tends to happen every now and then.
Yeah.
Because the ratios are like, they have so many good reviews, and then they've got all of a sudden this guy that's bought one before, one screw is missing. I mean, so it looks like that's kind of all stuff that could have probably been avoided from a quality standpoint.
Look at this. Oh. This
so
jump rope is great and allowed me to improve on my double unders. The problem is I have extended shipping time, received my product excessively later than I should have. Ugh. Heartbreaking.
So that actually is almost like, I think that's a problem from Amazon.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah, it sucks. All right. Good. You can certainly at least try to look at some of these things and think about how you can, hand people something in the packaging. Like, if you have questions, your packaging can have something that says like questions, just an insert, questions, and then,
Yeah, not just that. Also, your email follow-up series can definitely have something. So I like to use Feedback Genius with that and kind of try to get them to contact me before if there's any problems.
Yeah, great. All right, cool stuff. All right, Liz, do you want to do one more category and then we'll call it quits?
Sure.
All right, let's see here.
So I would go into something I'm not really familiar with, just to kind of get an idea, or we can do something I'm familiar with. Either way will work.
Why don't we do something you're familiar with, because we've done a couple that you don't do.
Okay, we can do, we can just go into beauty, health, and grocery.
By the way, this is a really cute picture of a dog in a bathtub.
Yeah, I actually have 2 of those, and they're already bugging me right now.
Yeah, but that's a really cute picture. All right, sorry. We'll get you back to the dogs. What were you saying?
Let's try beauty, health, and grocery. I'm trying to get to the health category, so.
Beauty, health, and grocery, and we're trying to get to beauty.
How about, we can do beauty. Beauty's fine.
How about luxury beauty? You mess around with that?
Not really luxury, but I don't know, I guess it would borderline luxury. It's mainly beauty and health, but we can look at that.
Okay, so we're in beauty.
Let's go into, we can do either skincare or makeup. Skincare is going to have some, we were actually just in skincare, so we might better do something else.
Okay, you want to do makeup, hair care?
Let's do hair care. Okay. So, like, one of the things about hair care that's kind of interesting to me is there's so many products. A lot of them are electric, and I know they tell people, like, don't go into the electronic niche because you're dealing with a whole lot of other things. You can also deal with, like, returns, and it could really cause, like, somebody to get hurt if you don't have good quality control. So it is important when you do go into that type of niche to have those things in place. Mm-hmm. So let's just look at shampoo and see what's going on in shampoo or conditioner, either one.
So shampoo?
Yeah, so see here we have argan oils, which are really like the juggernauts. Let's go ahead and pick on that first one, Hair Loss Prevention Premium Organic Shampoo. So this one, Hair Loss Prevention Premium Organic Shampoo. I actually like the title. I think it could use maybe another keyword. But again, notice it's just simple and sweet, and Amazon ranks it really well. It only has one picture, which I kind of would like to see more.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can zoom in on the picture, but especially the fact that this, you can't zoom in. That's pretty bad. So I'm pretty surprised that this one is ranked that high. But, if you could go back, they had another product, so I'm kind of interested to see the other product. It's number 3 or 4. There we go, yeah. Okay, so this one at least has 2, but it has a lot of trust seals on there. Organic, doctor trusted. I'm not sure if you can zoom in on that. And it is USD certified, so they've kind of gone the extra mile to get that. And again, they could probably use a couple more keywords up at the top. But, I mean, that 1,651 reviews, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And I kind of like all their bullets, even though they're not really like caps. Like, I sort of like them. I think they put really important points on there.
No parent-child.
No parent-child, which I think if you really think about this, if they had done this as parent-child with that other product, I mean, it would be like game over.
Yeah. Leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah. Product description, it's all jumbled up, but I mean, they put a lot of important information there. If you look at the important information, it takes up just as much as a product description should.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, in this category, they're going for a real hot button issue. You know,
Anti-hair loss, right?
Yeah, someone who's worried about hair loss.
So yeah, let's see if we can find more anti-hair loss, because that's kind of like a pretty interesting category. So let's look at hair loss prevention shampoo or something. See what that gets on Merchant Words. Hair loss shampoo for men, or just hair loss shampoo, gets 610,000 searches. So it's a huge deal. Number 4, argan oil shampoo looks pretty interesting. Let's see. So I'm hoping this is a 2-pack, because this, again, okay, so I just don't even know what to say about the title. They didn't even, like, capitalize some things. So really, this is the type of...
Oh, this is 9 reviews. This is so takeable.
Yeah, it definitely is. So that's one of the interesting things about... I'm curious to see the rest of the niche, how many reviews it has, because it's really, like, just so interesting to me. I mean, some of these are really bad pictures.
This makes no sense at all.
Right. So
these
this
pictures,
is a really poorly done listing.
Yeah, there's not, just so y'all know, there's not like a lot of women with hair like this that are thinking about hair loss.
Right. They have no thought. They put no thought into the positioning. Like a woman with hair loss would not have that.
Right.
If you go to the next to the last, like, I mean, she's got a ton of hair.
Right. This makes no sense. I mean, like, no, this is so far. It's like somebody saying, like, looking to lose a couple pounds of baby fat, and then you, like, slam a picture of Kate Upton there, and you're like, like, not exactly what was on my mind.
And, you know, here's again the confusing thing. They put 2 bottles. I don't think it's a 2-pack, but they keep putting 2 bottles everywhere. So that's kind of, like, surprising to me.
Well, and also, if somebody, like, orders that, and they're expecting 2 bottles and they get 1, you're going to get a bad review. Look at these reviews.
Yeah, so it makes me just curious about the niche as a whole, because I swear I just saw it's 181,000 in beauty.
Now we did hair loss prevention shampoo, maybe just hair loss shampoo, and see what we come up with.
Yeah, let me see if prevention shampoo has any searches though. Hair loss prevention shampoo has 5,000 searches still.
Yeah.
So that's still quite a bit.
Yeah, so that could be like really easy to take. This one that's number 4 has only 158. The giants of the category, which are the 2 argan, have like 3,000, 1,600, 1,100 for ultra lax. Then it drops down to 158, 500, 200, 200, 200, 300, 100, 100, 2. Now this is
right. So this has got another like size. So again, if whoever, like, you know, if they had put that as a parent-child listing, that brand would be like crushing it. It would almost be like a blender bottle. Yeah. Because they have so many reviews combined.
Yeah.
If it had been a parent-child, yeah, you know, they would just be crushing it, and they already are crushing it pretty well.
Yeah.
So you just want to like click on one more, and let's see what else. If we click on one more, we can always just see what they're doing. So this, I like their bottle a lot. It looks really nice.
It's different. Yeah,
it is. I like their trust seals on there, which again, like I said, those are sort of risky in some markets because people will report you. I don't think their last one, you know, if they're doing trust seals all the way, that one doesn't really make sense. They should just put that in with the bottle. Let's see their title.
Huh. This is weird.
So again, the interesting thing about their title is they started off by going with like keyword phrase, and then after that they shoved just a bunch of stuff that doesn't even relate to a keyword. It's just like single keywords. You know, it's kind of like, let's say you did an SEO site and you were trying to rank, like, the first thing that comes to my head right now is bike lights.
Yeah.
And then you did, instead of trying to go for like longer tail keywords, you went for bikes. What's another word? Mountain.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure
Spokes.
what else. Yeah, spokes. Like as opposed to combining them. So that's the main thing that I see here. Like argan oil shampoo, great keyword, okay? But after that, it's like with argan, jojoba, avocado. Like it's just all singular after that.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. So that I would definitely change.
Boy, this is I'm just dying on the SEO on this. This has got to be winnable categories in SEO.
Yeah, and the only thing that I do not like about the SEO is the top 3 products have way over 1,000 listings. So it would be, I'm sorry, reviews. It would be kind of hard to overtake those.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as long as you got on page 1, you would probably be selling pretty well.
And what I mean is like the Google SEO on this. I'd be dying for it. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, let's just jump over to Google for a second.
Right. This is a niche that's like a desk, like almost like people that need help.
What was it? Hair loss prevention shampoo?
Yeah. Or hair loss shampoo.
Let's see, hair loss prevention shampoo.
And there's that like juggernaut.
Customer reviews for them.
Yeah, that's insane. Let me just talk about that briefly, Mike. So that right there, a lot of people say customer reviews can never rank. Yeah. Here's a perfect example. If you SEO the customer reviews,
yeah, how
they can rank.
And look, there's no video.
No video. I wonder what page the first video comes up for.
Find out.
There it is, page 2. So you would easily be able to get on page 2.
Yeah, you could really just get to page 1. Oh, God. Don't do that. Just do a line drawing video.
In fact, I don't even think that was, I think that was from an, like Google, YouTube Asia or something. That was like really strange.
Oh, it was from YouTube Asia. You're right. Yeah, it's got like a Asian
name. So that's like really strange. I've never even seen that.
Wow. So definitely winnable. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah. So doing just a lot of these like OMG techniques on this, I think it's definitely something that somebody could sell, even though the top 3 are like over 1,000.
Yeah, but you could sneak in. I don't know. Just grab some money. Just like a little bit of money. Just, I don't know. Just seems like, I mean, this is the kind of thing I'm just positive that people are going to like look at least halfway down the page.
Yeah, I think they're going to see that those, well, because, yeah, I think that's a good point, because if we really look at it, are the first 2 really hair loss shampoos, or are they like argan oil? No, they do say anti-hair loss. Okay, so yeah.
But if you're not feeling it, you're just not feeling it. Like, I could easily not feel this, this, and this.
Right.
I mean, this is just weird. I mean, I don't know what the deal is with this red bottle thing. I'm not saying that that's going to push everyone off. I'm just saying that it could happen. You know?
Right, so...
This number 4 guy is here. I mean, like, look at this. This is just takeable. I'm not saying that every OMGer just needs to leap on, you know, hair loss shampoo. But, I mean, tell me this isn't beatable.
Yeah, it's definitely beatable. I think you could easily come into position 4 and then just stand out with your packaging. And this is the reason why you need a good graphic artist on your team. And by team, I don't mean that you need to have one full time, even though I almost do. But you need one that is like really good.
And you scaled up to it.
Yeah, I scaled up to it. And I trust me, I've done bad graphic design, and nothing compares to when I did good graphic design.
Yeah.
And things just sell just because people just buy my stuff just because of the packaging, and they'll even tell me.
Yeah.
Like, you have the most amazing packaging I've ever seen. But I scaled up to that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just beatable. I mean, this is so beatable. I don't know. And then you can make some money on the parent-child relationships that they're not doing.
And this thing is 540 in beauty. That's pretty sick.
That's crazy. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, it is. So pretty sick. This is a pretty good example of where like the top.
Oh my lord! Look at this. All these negative reviews. Although
this is a niche that you're
going to get negative reviews. With, yeah, you're going to get negative reviews.
So you're going to have to be good at doing some type of damage control on here.
Yeah. Huh.
So they kind of approached it from a different perspective, actually, if you notice that. So the other people positioned it as hair loss shampoo.
Yeah, hair growth.
These people, yeah, positioned it as hair growth. So this is exactly what I talk about. Positioning, how you can position
hair
one
growth,
product.
Hair regeneration.
Right, for several different things.
Hair growth stimulation.
Hair growth shampoo gets 90,000 searches a month. So very different from the 600,000 that the other one gets.
Yeah.
But I mean, 90,000 people are still looking for this.
Uh-oh, look at this. It's not even a specific one.
Yeah,
this is winnable. It's just right here, just screaming to be won. Look, it's the category page. It's not a product page.
So where does it actually lead to? Because that's strange. I've never seen the best 114.
Oh, you'll get this. Like this is what happens when you
well,
don't.
What's totally strange to me is the bestsellers in 114100.
Oh, right. That's
I've never seen that ever. So that just goes to show like how beatable it is in terms of like SEO. So yeah, I think this is actually a niche where you could easily scale to 20 plus sales a day, like quickly. And look at
Pinterest page.
Yeah, it might be. People might look at it and see like that and be like, "Oh wow, this is like a bad niche because you got 3 juggernauts with over 1,000 reviews," but not realize that when you're on page 1 in like the top 10, you can easily sell a ton.
A category page on eBay too.
Yeah,
I mean, this is like no one's even trying here.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
I mean, there's a lot of money in this.
There definitely is. It's a niche where you don't want to go to Walmart and buy this, or
mane and tail.
So I'm going to do a video review today. Ooh, I don't really do.
Are you kidding me? Mane and tail.
She does have a lot of subscribers and views, though.
Right, but I mean, this makes no sense. Sorry, I mean, this is like growing more hair. It's not the category. You see what I'm saying? It's like
it's not even. It doesn't even have our keywords in it. It's growing out hair, like you said.
Right. It's somebody already has. Anyways, whatever. Sorry. Anyways, guys. So we spent a little while here and we found something. Seems doable. Anyways.
Yeah, I really think that a lot of the niches that we went into today are all doable. Everything is doable. You just have to kind of understand how to do it.
Yeah. Awesome. Liz, thank you so much for your valuable time away from the danger dogs. Really appreciate it. I think that this has been absolutely eye-opening, and I think people are going to really appreciate it. I'm so grateful to you, Liz, doing this late at night with me.
Okay, you're welcome, Mike.
All right, God bless.
Thank you.